did. I made some mistakes. I went out and invested in some gurus to the tune of about $250,000 that I feel like I'm not going to say I wasted because I did take away something from each one of them, but I didn't see much of a return. And I'm running into a lot of coaches that do that as well. And so my goal with this business now is impact. And so what we've had a lot of success with is a $997, what we call readiness assessment and 90-minute intensive. So it's a very detailed assessment. It's 77 questions long, takes about half an hour. Sometimes people spend a little longer on it. The more time people spend on it, the more that I can help them. And then what we do from that assessment is we create, okay, where are the red flags? What are some things that you need to do better? Sometimes it's how you're marketing the business. A lot of times we don't have a solid framework set up or we don't have a good core offer and we haven't created a program that creates the margins we need to grow and scale that coaching business. And so it goes in there and helps us identify where are the red flags, where are the holes in the bucket so we can help plug those holes and get you to growing again. And then we spend 90 minutes on the phone in an interview style and we go over the assessment and what I think you need to do first, second, and third. And we use that 90 minutes to create a 90-day plan for you to get ready to do what you need to do. And when I call it a readiness assessment, it's readiness for podcast guesting, because I know you run into a lot of coaches who just aren't ready. Their website's a mess. Their LinkedIn isn't set up correctly. They don't have a framework. They don't have a core offer on a podcast to get people to do something. And when you do, they're wildly successful. But when you don't, it's a massive failure. And I think you learn that very early on in your business and you don't work with those people anymore. However, I do think that a lot of people with just a few little tweaks can have the framework. They can develop a better offer and an offer stack, as we call it, get the right pricing that makes them more successful, that gives them the margins and the money to be able to do what they need to do to grow and scale. And that's what we talk about. It's been wonderful to do. The assessment has been a lot of fun. Even when we first launched it, I shared it with some multi-million dollar coaches that I work with, and they came back. It was again a humbling experience because they're like, Kevin, I think you've identified like three spots that I need help with. I think we need to work together. And I always start people off on the 997 because it makes me feel good when people are like, wow, you over delivered. And that was one of my best compliments I got from you in the very beginning. Is like, you are seriously over delivering what I ever expected. And that's what we always shoot for. We hear that all the time on the calls, and that's my goal. And from there, there's other ways that we can work together, but I always start people off of that one thing. It gets us a chance to know each other, gives me an idea of what you're doing and what you could be doing better. And usually people love it.
It's incredible. I went through the assessment and I- I partnered with Kevin on this because my audience needs this. I have a lot, we have hundreds and hundreds of coaches that come to our masterclass that love this podcast, that love my emails and my posts, but they're not ready to make an investment in podcast guesting. And for years I've been like, God, I wish I had something that would help get them ready, but I'm not, I'm an agency owner. I do coach my clients, but I'm like partnering with Kevin was a perfect, fit. So the link for that assessment offer is in the episode description. I highly encourage you to go get it because working with Kevin, I got my return on investment in like the first 2 weeks or something like that, like more than like tripled my investment in Kevin's private coaching within the first couple of weeks. So I cannot recommend working with him enough. So,
Well,
any
thank you.
final words, Kevin?
No, thanks for having me. You've been an absolute perfect client, is what I will say. And as you said, I'm a doer.
Yeah.
And it's always nice that I don't have to work with you on the MFD thing because you do it and you do it quickly. So
Yeah.
you are amazing and you built, I think you need to give yourself more credit. That's my last comment. You have
Oh.
built an absolutely amazing business and you get absolutely amazing results when you have the right client who is ready. And you've
Hmm.
done amazing things for me in the short time that we've worked together too. So thank you as well. That's my
Thank you.
ending thought. If you have an established business and you're doing quite well, work with Jessica. You will not regret it. I don't. Like I said, we got our return pretty quick just on that one pager that I was like, this is really good. And I started sharing it with my potential keynote speeches, and we got a good one. It was a great one. It was an ADHD conference, which was very interesting, by the way. But at that show, because they worked with me a little bit on how I make offers at the end, which I'm very experienced with, but they just gave me one tweak because I have a bad habit of offering multiple things. And they just reminded me to focus on that one thing, which was great
Hmm.
advice. And we did, like I said, 20 grand at that event. and we got paid to be there too. So it was kind of a double whammy for those of you who are old enough to remember that TV show.
I'm not.
Thank you, Jessica. I love you. That was awesome. Yes, yes. We need to work on your interviewing skills. No,
Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I love bringing guests on that I work with privately because we could just go deeper and, show you all what I'm working on in my business too. So definitely get the assessment. Click the link in the show notes for that. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks, Kevin.
thanks, Jessica. Have a great day.